Have you heard the latest about Timothy Gaines from Stryper?
No, what has he done now? I tried to tell him on Facebook that it was not right to play certain songs that are not Christian. He wrote me a nasty note and then unfriended me. That was not very Christ-like.
Yes, you are right. That's not something a Christian would do. I sent him a message on Facebook too. I told him I did not like the way his hair looked so short and told him I would not be his fan again until he grew his hair long like he had it in the 80s. He wrote me back a nasty note calling me a shallow whore and to drop 100 pounds.
Yes, you were right. I heard they are not even a Christian band. They just used God's name as a gimmick to make money. How could they be Christians with that tight-fitting spandex pants? And they always wear sunglasses to hide the truth of their hearts. They don't play in churches, and they play with filthy sinning bands like Motley Crue. I heard Jimmy Swaggart denounce them on TV, and you know he tells the truth. I heard that Timothy's drug problems were so bad that Stryper was forced to kick him out of the band. You know, his life wasn't kosher. I have never done drugs, drank, smoked, or even lusted after women in my heart. I thank God that I am not like that sinner Timothy Gaines.
I know what you mean. I have always gone to church. Twice on Sunday, and on Wednesday evenings too. My whole life is my church and pleasing the pastor. And I wear a prairie dress. I have even started a tacky Christian website that gives God all of the glory. I am going to use it as a witnessing tool. After church on Sundays we always get a big group together and eat at Coco's. The waitress never gets our orders right and we have to ask several times to take our food back and give us the correct order. Sheesh. You would think these servers would have it together, but we always leave a Christian gospel tract instead of a tip as a tool for the kingdom. I asked my youth pastor to get Stryper booked at our church youth camp, but when they called Stryper's booking agent they asked for a $10,000 fee, and wanted $5,000 up front. That isn't very Christian. You see, they are just in it to get rich. They are just rich rock stars, and how worldly is that? That money could be given to charity or the homeless.
I saw that in the beginning video Stryper made in the 80s, and both Timothy and Robert were driving Corvettes. And then I read on his blog that Timothy owned 3 Corvettes and a Porsche 930 Turbo. He also owned a Jeep CJ7, none of which brings glory to God. That's just taking on the appearance of this evil world. I also heard that Timothy owned a $5,000 diamond-studded pair of Cazal sunglasses. I saw him backstage by his tour bus smoking a cigarette after the show in Anaheim. Or at least it looked like a cigarette, maybe it was a joint? I can't tell the difference. He said in an interview recently that he smoked for 22 years. You would think if Christ was really in his heart he would be able to give up those vices. The evil man that he is, Timothy is always picking fights with his fans on Facebook that try to correct his ways. Not only did he unfriend me, he unfriended 5,000 fans from his personal Facebook page, and then started a new Twitter account. He already has over 3,000 followers on Twitter. I only have one.
Yes, I know what you mean. My best friend said she saw Timothy one day at a 7-Eleven talking to a girl while he was married. I bet he was buying tobacco and alcohol, and I bet he was committing adultery too. I bet he bought beer and cigarettes at that 7-Eleven, and then took the girl to a cheap motel. That's something I've always dreamed of. I mean, imagined he would do.
What do you mean?
Nothing. Never mind. But anyways, back to how evil Timothy Gaines is. Michael Sweet said in that video that Timothy was a complete cokehead. That's why he is so skinny to this day. He was the most effeminate-looking member of the whole Stryper band. I heard that because of all of the drugs he did that his hair has fallen out. That's why he wears a hat all of the time. Oz Fox says that Timothy is the quiet one of the band, but I heard a rumor that they won't let him talk because he makes the band look bad when he opens his mouth. Like a few months ago during the Grammys, Timothy wrote on his Facebook page, "Thank God for the Foo Fighters. The Foo Fighters are devil worshippers." Timothy seems to me like a complete loser.
Well, he's a complete loser in my book too. The only people that aren't losers in my book are real Christians like you and myself. I heard Timothy started playing the bass because it was such an easy instrument to learn and that he wasn't very smart to begin with, so he chose the bass. Who would choose the bass? It's certainly not a popular instrument to play in a band like Stryper. And you can't even hear him on the records. All I care about are the drums of Robert Sweet turned sideways, and those lyrics that give praise to Jesus' holy name.
Yes, only that which gives God all the glory. That's why I only watch the Trinity Broadcasting Network, because they only put real Christian celebrities on their shows like Dog the Bounty Hunter, Gary Busey, Smokey Robinson, and Mr. T, to name a few.
All breaks over. See you tonight.
Yes, I'll be warming the pew up for you. See you later and God bless.
God bless you too.